Hey there, so it's been a while again. I've been waiting to make this video for a few weeks now because I've had this really nasty cold and I lost my voice early on. It's been like 3 weeks now and I was waiting for my voice to come back, but apparently it's not coming back anytime soon, so I figured I just would make this video anyway, and I'm just like done with like living with this stupid flu or whatever the hell it is. And recently I discovered that you can, in fact, break a rib while coughing. I don't know if I actually have a broken rib or if it's just bruised, but it's very painful, so I got that going for me, which is nice. Anyway, the point of this video is that my brother recently moved out, meaning that he moved away from our parents' home where we grew up, where I have not lived for several years now, but he started university in a very difficult to get into program, and I'm very proud of him. But point being, he was packing up all his stuff and going through his room and everything, and this is a kind of funny how the tables have turned, because when I was little I would always want to get rid of things but didn't want to throw them away, so then I would just ask him if like maybe he wanted them, because I was trying to pass them on to him so that I didn't have to keep them but I also didn't have to throw them away. But now we sort of did the same thing in reverse, where he was like texting pictures of his stuff and asking me like, do you want this, do you want this? And a lot of it was art supplies, and obviously I wanted all of those, so I have this bag. I don't know how well anything is in frame because I can't see the screen. I wish I had a real camera. Anyway, I'm gonna go through what's in here and then hopefully make some art with the stuff that's in here. Every time I cough, it feels like someone's stabbing me in the chest because of the rib thing, so that's fun. Anyway, let's see. First things first, there's this flag thing, which is like a peace flag, I think. Yeah, that's... I just put that in front of my face, I just realized. It's a rainbow flag, but it's not like the gay rainbow flags, and it also says, I don't know if that's Latin or Italian or whatever, but it does say peace. Maybe it's both Latin and Italian. You know how those Latin-based languages are. They resemble Latin. Who could have guessed it? Anyway, it's almost as if I haven't talked to anyone for a while because I've been sick. Can you tell? Sorry, rambles. This is going to be a long video. Okay, next thing, there's this very nice box. I'm glad he gave me this box. I like the box. Ow. Okay, what we have here is oil pastels. These are not like anything fancy. They're not like, you know, name brand or anything. It just says oil pastel on them, but there's like a... How do I show you without pouring all of these out of here? There are a bunch of different colors. He had crayons and then he had oil pastels and asked me if I wanted them, and I said no to the crayons, but I figured these would be fun to give a try, I guess. I've used oil pastels before, like at school and stuff, but I've never like owned any myself, I don't think. Oh, another box. I like boxes. This one has like really teeny tiny origami paper in it. Like this. Which is nice because I have this sort of low-key obsession with, well, it's sort of more like a reflex, I guess. I just, like, whenever I have a small piece of paper on my hands, I'm going to, like, sort of reflexively start folding it into a crane, like origami crane. It's the only origami I know how to do, but I just sort of always do that, so I could make quite a few with these, potentially. Also, although usually I don't really go out to make these. I just, you know, make them with whatever happens to be on hand, but we'll see. These could also be used like sort of as a collage type thing if I wanted to like add a texture to something, or I don't know. Seems cool. Some of these for some reason have been like cut so that they're not square anymore. Like a piece of them is missing. I don't know what's up with that. Anywho, what else do we got? We have this little, oh, I remember this from when we were kids. This is like a little cup for, you know, putting water in when you do watercolors and stuff. It's really stained and stuff. I can use this. I already have 2 sort of watercolor water cups, but you can never have too many of those. Oh, cool. In here we have, first of all, 3 Harry Potter themed playing cards, which are like this really old artwork from before the movies came out, so it's not based on the movies, it's just like based on the books, which is cool. I have a whole deck of these, but it's been missing these 3 cards because they were lost somewhere in my former room or in my brother's room or something, and he found them a while back, but now he finally remembered to give them to me, so now I have the full deck again. Then in the same bag we have, what are these? We have, this is just a pencil, and it's in 6H. That'll be nice for sketching, because it's like really hard lead, and I like that for sketching, because it makes a lighter line. What are the rest of these? Derwent Inktense. So these are watercolor pencils, I think. I've heard people talk about these on YouTube. I have some colors. There looks to be a brown, 2 different browns, a green, an orange, a yellow, purple, and blue and black. Don't know what what happened to the rest of this set. Oh no, this is not one of these. This is a pencil, so I don't have a black one. I don't know why my brother has had all of these art supplies, because like he is very talented in a lot of ways. He makes music, or like he plays the guitar and like knows about music stuff, and I think he also plays the bass. He's quite a good singer, and he's very good at like math and chemistry and stuff, but like art has never been really his strong suit, so I don't know why he's acquired all of these art supplies over the years. Oh, I love this. This speaks to my goblin brain. Look, it's like a thing with like really teeny tiny little seashells. I think these, no, I don't know if these maybe have like holes in them so they can be used as beads, or, but like it's nice. I like it. Goblin brain. You know how it is. Okie dokie. There look to be 2 paintbrushes in here, which are not like anything fancy again, and they look to be in fairly poor shape, but you know I'm not picky about paintbrushes. I'll paint with anything. I don't really believe in like, I mean, I understand that there are like fancy good brushes out there, and that probably people who use them have a reason for using them, but I've never really noticed any significant difference between different kind of paintbrushes I use. Actually, if I just dig into my art supply drawer real quick here, where are those? Yeah, my current favorite set of paintbrushes are these ones, which are like definitely very plastic, and I got the whole set for like €2 from Tiger or something. I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't be putting any of these away if I'm gonna make art with like these. That's a good point. Thank you. Okay, I'm not going to be using these ones for the art, though. This is a set of face paints. These are, again, something that we've had for as long as I can remember. Oh, God. I should probably be editing out some of this coughing. I'm sure it's not pleasant. But yeah, anyway, these sort of pop out of here. I'm going to try to pop them back in. Oh, God, this smell reminds me of when I was a kid. And the final thing that is in here is this really big bag of colored pencils. I don't use colored pencils a whole lot, and I've never really liked them, but I've also never really used like artist quality or like any halfway decent colored pencils. I have this huge bag. I wonder where it is. Yep, this huge thing. There are other things in here besides colored pencils, like gel pens and highlighters and all kind of random pens. Oh, this is actually a colored pencil that goes with these that my brother once gave me because I was missing a gray colored pencil. I guess I'm just gonna pop that in there. But yeah, I just have like a whole bunch of random colored pencils from different sets that I've gotten along the years, like as a kid from school and stuff, and all of them are sort of like, some of them are like semi-decent, like student grade, but mostly it's just like really crappy. So maybe that's the reason I've never really enjoyed colored pencils, is because I've never really had anything of any significant quality. By the way, I made this pencil case myself in the 5th grade in textiles class, so I don't know, that's a weird thing to brag about. Yeah, oh, okay. So that's everything that was in here, which means I can finally return this bag to my brother. It's been sitting in my room for a month. And by room, I mean my apartment, which is also just one room because it's a studio. Where did that one pencil? Oh, it's right here. Anyway, so I will probably be using, I'm going to try to make something that I can use the watercolor pencils and the colored pencils, then the oil pastels, and I guess I can sketch with this. But yeah, I've been rambling for what must be at least 10 minutes, so thanks for sticking with me, and I'll try to get to doing some art now, I guess. Moving on. Okay, so I lied. I realized that before I get to making art, I need to swatch some of these things to sort of figure out what they are and how they work. So I'm going to do that, and I'm doing this in my journal because I realized that I have to finish like more than 20 pages of this journal before the start of October, because I have a tradition of always doing October in my journal, and this one doesn't have enough space left in it before, like, to house all of October. So I have to finish it before then. That was not interesting at all. Anyway, swatching. So I tested out all the pencils, colored watercolor and otherwise. Obviously, I did not swatch all of the colors because I am not Steph from Doodle Date and I do not have that kind of patience. There are like a gajillion colors. Anyway, those were all fine and nice and everything. And then I got to the oil pastels and came to the conclusion that they were more like really crappy crayons. So I couldn't get any kind of precision with them. The material was sort of like really hard and scratchy against the paper and like would not make an even layer, and it was terrible. And I immediately decided that I'm not going to try to make like a whole illustration using all of these supplies because that would drive me insane. So instead I just started sketching out something like very simple and that I could do in a sort of large enough size that it could be done with the pastels and not drive me completely insane. So I decided to do this sort of really loose sketch of my current D&D character and give them a sort of like new cloak in a different color than the one that I have previously drawn them in. So that's what this one is. I'm gonna pause the voiceover for a bit because I need to cough. Hold on. Okay, so that's how that came out. I think it looks nice enough considering the circumstances and the quality of the what I'm going to call crayons. Probably will not ever use those again. So, right, my other sketches were, I sketched them with that, like, hard pencil, and then I colored them in with the colored pencils. I decided to draw Molly and Caleb from Critical Role because I started watching that like 2 weeks ago, and I'm already like up to episode 26. So you can imagine how much time I've spent on that when they're 4-hour episodes. But yeah, don't judge me. Anyway, I didn't use the watercolor pencils at all in this video except for the swatching because there's not enough colors for me to like really use them for like a full thing. So I'm gonna like supplement my watercolor work probably with those in the future. But for now, because I was otherwise working in dry media, I couldn't really find a use for them. But yeah, I'm not like overly thrilled with these character designs. Molly's okay, I guess, but Caleb in particular is like, ugh. But you know, I was doodling more than anything, so it's fine. That's about it for this video. I'm gonna thank you for watching, and I'll see you whenever I get around to making a video again. Bye!